Are you ready for a thrilling adventure with Tesla stock? Or, if you are, well, you need to be prepared for some twists and turns along the way. This video is going to reveal the hidden secrets of Tesla investing and the potential worth of 100 Tesla shares by 2030. You don't want to miss out, so join us as we travel on this road of discovery.
Well, look, I don't think the Cybertruck announcement mattered to all that much, but over the next 24 months, it may be transformative. And look, Tesla's a $100 billion company in 2023. They've got 4 super successful models, including the Tesla Model Y, which today is the biggest selling car model in the world, electric or gas. That is stunning. And they've got a booming energy business. But is the Cybertruck's edgy Star Wars design going to make it a huge hit? It's certainly a big marketing story, but at $70,000 to $80,000 a throw, that's a pretty small market. Unless they can lower prices, and they did it with the Model 3, they did it with the Y. I have a feeling over the next 2 years, if they can bring this thing down to $50,000, it's going to be a huge deal for the company. Wait and see.
Right. Yeah. And look, when we had the Ford Lightning, the Ford F-150 Lightning, there were a lot of pre-orders for that. There are a slew of pre-orders for the Cybertruck. It's my understanding at least 40% of pre-orders actually turn into real orders. Is that what you're thinking?
Well, let's take it from the top. First, the Ford F-150 is an astonishing story. It's the best-selling vehicle in the United States 41 years in a row. You got to hand it to Ford. But the Cybertruck has 2 million pre-orders. I think you're right. I think at least half go in, maybe 2/3. But if they just sell 500,000 vehicles, and I'm guessing it won't be more than 50,000 next year, so I don't think yesterday was that transformative. But if they come back into 150,000 in 2025, that's going to cut into Ford's market share a lot. So if they can get the price down, and if they can take as little as 20% of that market from Ford and Rivian, that's tough news for Ford, phenomenal news from Tesla. It all comes down to, can Tesla do it again in terms of keeping the price down? I think they will. Battery prices are dropping. They're moving faster than nearly anybody. That'll be the great truck smackdown.
Tesla is not your ordinary car company, and its stock is not your ordinary investment. You've got to do your homework, know your risk appetite, and make some smart choices based on your vision of Tesla's future. So imagine if one of Tesla's shares is worth $22,000 today. How much will your portfolio be worth as a Tesla investor? Take a moment to think about it. No doubt this is a pretty high price target, but what makes it even more interesting is that it is very possible and it could happen in just 7 years from now. Pretty speculative, but true. Today we're going to show you 3 possible scenarios for Tesla's stock price by 2030. And it gets better because these aren't just predictions, but rather projections based on different assumptions and factors. So buckle up and let's take you on this fascinating ride.
To get a Tesla, the $25,000 Tesla. And so I'm wondering, where is that exactly? Where are you with that?
Yeah, unfortunately, because we're a publicly traded company, I cannot comment on things that would have a material impact on our financials.
Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, but anyways, I'm hoping that that's not too far down the line. I really, really would like to see something where we can, where like this one here, I'm told that the one that I'm looking for the Beast, the tri-motor and everything.
Yeah.
And I'd like to get 2 of those. And that vehicle is like $100+ grand. I think that that's the right price for this, but it's not the right price for the kid that wants to take one to college or whatnot. So that's why I'm kind of anxious to find out what it is that can be done for those others that want to get into electrification but can't. So if we can't do that, then let me shift gears. And what do you think about the new?
I can say a little bit. I just can't tell you, unit volume and dates, because that has a mass. That is projecting the financials.
Yeah.
So we obviously are working on a low-cost electric vehicle that will be made in very high volume. We're quite far advanced in that work. I review the production line plans for that every week, and I think the revolution in manufacturing that will be represented by that car will blow people's minds. It is not like any car production line that anyone's ever seen.
Is this going to have the basically unboxed system, or would this be too much of a question to ask?
The thing that's most interesting about this is it's a production system. It's a level of production technology that is far in advance of any automotive plant on Earth.
I can hardly wait now.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
It's going to be very cool, sure.
Yeah, I think and I should point out that we will be making the first production line will be here in the Gigafactory in Texas, in this facility.
Oh, I thought it was going to be in Mexico or something.
That'll be the second place.
Oh, that's way cool.
It would take too long to complete the factory in Mexico.
Well, this place here seems to be growing every time I come here. It seems to get bigger. And
yeah, we're adding a significant extension on the south, and adding more buildings on the. We have 2,000 acres, so this is really just a small part of the property.
Yeah.
Tesla's stock journey has been pretty wild, and it's an exciting ride filled with twists and turns. So just remember to keep your eyes on the road though, and do your own research, but buckle up for the journey. There's a lot of things that can influence Tesla's future stock price. First up, full-scale production and sale of Cybertruck, the release of new Tesla car models, FSD, and more. All of these factors can make or break Tesla's stock fortunes, and will determine how much Tesla shareholders will make from their investment in Tesla. Hey guys, welcome back to Tesla Tomorrow. Why is Tesla so hot right now? Well, one reason is that it's a diverse business model. The automaker is not just about making cars, but it's also got its fingers in various pies, like energy solutions to AI and autonomous driving. Experts suggest that Tesla investors have got to look at these segments individually to get a better idea of Tesla's real value. And this is where it gets exciting, and maybe a bit speculative. So for this video then, we're going to have two wild scenarios for Tesla's stock price in 2030. First up, a bear case has it reaching a price target of $2,500 per share, and a bull case where it reaches $22,000 per share. But how will Tesla hit such a mouth-watering price? That's the million-dollar question we got to answer today, so stay tuned as we go on this money-making adventure together. But before we do, if you like this type of content, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to keep up to date on everything going on with Tesla. So enough of the boring stuff, let's get into it. We're going to start with a bear case and then a bull case, and finally, our base case and most realistic Tesla stock price target. The bear case scenario is where Tesla reaches only $2,500 by 2030. It's still a decent return for today's price, but it's not as impressive as some might hope. To get to that level, Tesla will have to miss its ambitious goal of selling 20 million vehicles by 2030, and only achieve half of that. Tesla would also have to face some challenges with its robotaxi service, energy business, and supercharger network. For the bullish case target then, this is something that you're going to want to pay attention to if you intend on holding onto your Tesla shares for a long time. For here, we predict a $22,000 share price for Tesla. While this price target may seem a bit extreme, there is a few potential things that could go into making this happen. The valuation would require Tesla to have a massive robotaxi fleet. Tesla will increase FSD with licensing, and it will build its energy business and also sell the Tesla bot at scale to companies globally. These robots will probably be used in homes and offices. So suppose you own 100 Tesla shares now. This number of shares could be worth $250,000 in a bear case and up to $2.2 million if Tesla does incredibly well by 2030.
It's been the global leader in streamlined manufacturing and in software, and this over-the-air software that drops literally as much as $200, $300, $400, $500 of pure profit to every car sold annually. That gives Tesla a big edge. So that's why Tesla and the Chinese are showing up on top. There's no mystery here. The American automakers are going to have to figure out how to fix for that.
But we're not just going to end there. Let's look at a more realistic target. For this more achievable future then, we've included one more Tesla price target, and this is called the base case scenario. For this scenario, we predict that Tesla's stock price would go as high as $8,000 by 2030, meaning that 100 Tesla shares will be worth roughly $800,000 in 7 years. That's pretty impressive, and it will make any Tesla fan water at the mouth, and it would make it one of the most impressive and profitable companies to invest in. To get to that level then, Tesla would have to hit its target of selling 20 million vehicles by 2030, but maybe a year or two late. Tesla will also have to sell enough Cybertrucks, grow its supercharger fleet, and introduce a cheaper model, and make its Tesla bot useful and more specific to certain purposes. So these are the three scenarios that we predict Tesla stock will be reaching in 2030, but of course there are many factors that can affect Tesla's performance: competition, regulation, innovation, and customer demand. And that's why it's hard to give a precise estimate on what Tesla stock's going to be in the future. However, by using revenue and earnings estimates, we can get a clear picture of Tesla's potential. So let's look at a few catalysts then for the stock price in the future. One thing that makes Tesla stand out from other car companies is its supercharger network. Tesla has been building more and more superchargers around the world and recently introduced a new type of supercharger called the Magic Dock. Magic Dock superchargers are designed for tight spaces, like parking garages, and can charge up to 4 vehicles at once. They're also cheaper and easier to install than regular superchargers, which means that Tesla can expand its charging infrastructure faster and cheaper. If Tesla can offer supercharging services to its own customers and to other EV makers, it can generate a lot of revenue from this segment. And that's not the only segment that Tesla's got growing. Tesla cars are also becoming more popular in different markets, especially among first-time EV buyers. Things like the Model Y have recently become the best-selling car in the world, and it's uncertain how many more records Tesla's going to break, but we're going to keep our fingers crossed. So what do you think about these scenarios? And which one do you think is the most likely by 2030? And what are your expectations? Let us know down below, and if you want to know more about what Tesla's been up to over the last few days, go ahead and click on this next video on your screen. See you there.